Alright, I was wondering whether or not to record this video after I move, but granted, don't exactly know when that'll be, and that'll be probably weeks from now. So, welcome everybody to an unboxing and review of the Zord Ascension Project Mighty Morphin Dino Megazord, as it's called. So yeah, ZAP Megazord, as it's also called. Also probably going to get, I'm definitely going to get Dragon Sword at some point next year, and then when the In-Space Astro Megazord comes out, I plan to get that as well. I don't have a lot of these Megazords, honestly, and some of them that I do have, or I used to have a lot of them when I was a kid, the original Bandai ones, but those got, like, either sold or given away or some shit over the years, and, because my mom, and, yeah, I just don't have them anymore. And the only ones I really do have are the SMP Gal Ranger ones. So yeah, I'm only getting those because I like Power Rangers Wild Force. And if Hasbro made their own versions, I would buy those, or I would have bought those instead. But yeah, and you guys may remember that I can't remember if it was this year or last year, but I also have the regular, like, cheaper Dino Megazord that came out before this one. But yeah, the main reason for that is because I didn't think that they were gonna make the Zord Ascension Project version. I probably would have waited if I did, because it wasn't announced at the time. But yeah, so I'm gonna do a comparison to that when I have this thing completely put together. I'm not putting these back in the individual Zord modes because I don't care. But yeah, and there's also a weird thing in regards to this apparently, I don't know how you were supposed to buy it, but there was like a limited time thing where you could get a what are they called, a thing to redeem to get the black and gold version of this. I'm not getting one of those because they're NFTs. There we go. It was an NFT that you could buy from, I think, Hasbro or wherever. Well, obviously from Hasbro, but I don't know exactly what the circumstances were around that. Go to Tokutopics. He did a video on the black and gold version of the Megazord, and yeah, it cost way more than I think the base price of this does. And the only reason I have this is because it was discounted $40 on Hasbro's eBay page. Now I think it's also discounted on Hasbro Plus, maybe some other places too. I think that the base price for this is really, really outrageous. $165 flat at the base price for this, but yeah, no. I may pay that much for memorial editions of Gokaiger toys, but I don't want to pay that much for this. This should be, like, at most $120, at minimum, I think, or maybe at most, in my opinion, should be like $90 to $100, $120 at the most, and I think the base price should be like $75 to $80, maybe $90 at the most. I don't know. It's something like that. Because I get that this is a premium product, but I think that they are charging way too much for this. I kind of feel the same for the Lightning Collection figures, but at the very least, they come with enough stuff that I feel like I can justify the price. I get paying at least $20 for them, but yeah. So yeah, and then some of them are, do cost, or do I think fit the cost, like the ones that come with the vehicles and whatever. But yeah, but in regards to the NFT version, the black and gold version of this, yeah, no. I'm really surprised that they did that, and I don't know why they did that. But yeah, that's just really dumb. Release it through Hasbro Pulse. Get like maybe a pre-order thing going before you actually start making a lot of them, and get that number in, and let the people who actually want to buy that variant of this Megazord buy it. Like, I don't understand at all the scheme behind that, but yeah. But anyways, enough rambling. We're getting to this now. So yeah, so you see the picture of the Dino Megazord right there with the black and gold, like, or black and gold, like blueprint style thing right here. The regular picture of it, or artwork of it underneath. You have the Zord Ascension Project thing right here. The Z that's supposed to be Zyuranger, by the way. If you've never seen the source material to Mighty Morphin Season 1, Curious Sentai Zyuranger. The Z represents the Z in Zyuranger. And yeah, they basically just took it and made it mean Zordon or Zords or whatever in Mighty Morphin. So yeah, but the Z right here is embossed. MZ0101. Mighty Morphin Dino Megazord right there. Power Rangers Lightning Collection is technically a part of the outline, so this will go in that playlist on the channel. Plastic-free packaging, Hasbro, and all that. 15 plus, which means it is for collectors mainly. So, yeah. So here we go with the side right here. This shows off all of the Zords, which is nice. Yeah, it just look like these may be product pictures, but they kind of look like CG renders. I don't know though. The other side has cool artwork of the Megazord put together, which is actually nice, and the Power Rangers Lightning Collection logo right there. Then on the back here, you got the faces of the Zords right here, which this is embossed. The bordering around them is embossed. And the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers logo, which is interesting that they started to remove the Saban logos. I think I mentioned this in the, I think it was the Time Force Blue video, where for the Power Rangers Time Force logo, they did something similar to what they did here on that box with the Time Force logo, and they just removed the Saban logo. And it's funny because I think up until this year or Wave 13, they've generally stuck to putting or keeping the regular PNGs of the logos with the Saban part of the logos intact. And that's funny that they've started removing that. Like, I get it, but at the same time, it's just like, come on, honor the history a little bit. I don't know. But yeah, so then it shows what it comes with. You get embossed pictures of the Dino Megazord in its tank mode, then in its Megazord mode, which it actually looks pretty cool. Since this is Hasbro and they've done Transformers for the last almost 40 years, it makes sense that they would be able to handle something like this. And then you got pictures of the little statuettes that come with this thing. So, yeah, of all the Rangers in their poses. And I looked in this earlier. I did check the accessories because I'll get to that. I'll get to why in a second. But I checked the accessories, and all these do come with the right ones. Or this came with the right ones. So, as far as I can tell, although I'll match it up with the pictures in a bit. So, yeah. So, taking it out of the slipcover, here is the full picture of the Dino Megazord's head, which is actually really cool. And you got a barcode right there that you can scan and put into a Hasbro website that I guess is not like they just decided to like not update it or shut it down, or maybe it's not being as taken care of as it could. But yeah, I forgot to show this bottom, I guess. 1/144 scale model, or model scale, plastic-free packaging except tape and glue, and then just all this is just a bunch of different languages and everything. Then you got a reverse embossed Z right there, which is nice. And on top, got embossed like vents, I think these are supposed to be, and then the Z right here, MZ0101, and then this thing is embossed as well. And we got more embossing for this red part and everything. A lot of embossing, which is nice. So yeah. And then sides are the same. Top is just this. Bottom is just the same. And then the back is the nice reverse embossed Z, which is nice. And a nice, like, shiny red, which is cool. So, yeah. Come on. There we go. So you open it up. There's a nice, like, comic book-esque drawing of the Megazord versus a giant Goldar, I guess in Season 1. Although Goldar has a Season 2 appearance. Because they redesigned the suit for that when they started shooting US footage for it. Yeah, and you see all the Dino coins and the picture of the Ranger helmets and their weapons. No, the Zords with the. Sorry, that was my phone. Set it to. Do not disturb. But yeah. So, yeah, we got that. Which is actually really nice. I do like that. And then these, like, jewels, I guess, or crystals right here. Don't know why it's just 3 of them, but whatever. This is actually really nice in regards to the presentation. You expect a premium product, you get premium stuff, which is cool. Like, both Bandai Japan and Hasbro are really good at this, I would say. Yeah, so you take these out, and underneath are the Zords and everything. Right here is the thing for warnings and all that. And then right here is the instructions on how to transform everything into the various modes. Which that actually looks really cool. So, yeah. So you got diagrams for how to transform them. First the tank mode, then the Megazord mode. And then stuff for this, I guess. And then showing that each individual Zord has a thing for each individual Ranger in them. So, yeah, I don't really care to show off tank mode, so I'll just be transforming it into this Megazord mode. But here, we have a nice bag for this really nice and shiny, like, sword that comes with it. It's in a nice, like, chrome sort of thing. Chrome, silver, and gold, which is really nice. To compare it to the budget Dino Megazord, I guess, the sword that comes with it, this is just in a regular gray plastic, as you can see. And it doesn't have everything on both sides like it probably should. In fact, there's like decals you can buy on some website. Bruno from MMPR Toys has the link. I know I have a tab open on my laptop on one of the browsers I have open to it, so I might link it. Remind me if I don't. But you can buy decals for this version of the Megazord for about $30 from someone who made them. So yeah, I plan on buying those at some point as well. So we'll see when I do. But this actually looks really nice. It has the detailing on both sides. That's actually really, really cool. So, yeah. It doesn't feel like there's anything else. So, here we go with the T-Rex, Tyrannosaurus, whatever. And, yeah, so you fold the tail out, plug it in there, and then move the tail out a bit more. Ooh. I can see what Tokotopics means when he talked about Zords and everything and their joints and being afraid to like break shit. So this leg wants to move, and then that came right out for reasons. But I think I can snap it back in. There we go. Okay. Joints are a bit stiffer than I think they should be, but that's the Lightning Collection in a nutshell. It's either stiffer than you want it to be or looser than you want it to be. Very rarely is it in the middle. And it sucks for no reason. Hands don't rotate at all. But, yeah. But you can move them down like that. And you have a nice Tyrannosaurus right there, which is actually really cool. I like how this looks. I like how this came out. As far as I can tell, the paint is... Oh my god. The paint on this is starting to chip, or it already chipped, or something. I don't know what the hell happened. But, yeah. Whereas the other side is fine. I don't know what happened there. But otherwise, I think this is okay, honestly. Okay, so the arms aren't even... I don't understand why that's not bendable, but whatever. I don't like that these are, like, loose-ish. And this is more loose than it should be. Okay. So, then the pterodactyl. Let me, put these to the side so I can just put the individual Zords right there. So yeah, and then this is just all folded up. You fold everything out. And yeah, so that's actually really cool and everything in regards to this. Looks pretty fine. People have problems with the like net mesh that they kind of gave this. I don't necessarily mind it. It's just a stylistic choice. I don't necessarily mind it, but I do understand why other people would have a problem with it if they want to like show accurate to either Z-Ranger or Mighty Morphin. This is the Mastodon, or Mammoth as they call it in Z-Ranger. Putting these back in their places. Oh, and the bag is ripped from his feet. That's nice, but granted, that's the kind of paper that they put in. This actually looks nice. I do like this. There's a thing that comes out. Yeah, so a piece of cardboard in between its legs right there. So I guess they don't crash into each other in the packaging. Yeah, the Mastodon, aka the Mammoth, the trunk doesn't want to move. It's the same on the budget version as well. But yeah, so that's actually really nice. Some people don't like this. It's a bit better in person. To me, when I saw like MMPR Toys review, or not MMPR Toys, Toke Topics, or one of the other like reviews I've seen of this, this looked like clear plastic, unless it is on the, maybe it is on the inside. Okay, so this is just a regular plastic. This is fine. Coloring's a little off on the camera, but in some places, but I think it's fine, honestly. But I think they got a lot of good detail in there and everything, and it's fine. Like, I don't necessarily have a problem with a lot of the stylistic choices that they made in this. Granted, I'm not like an MPR Season 1 or Z-Ranger stan, so I don't know. I came into the franchise during the post-Zordon era, and I mean like post, right before Disney bought it. I got into Power Rangers with like Time Force and Lightspeed Rescue and all that. Then I watched Wild Force, loved it. Still do like Wild Force a lot to this day, but some problems with it, but I still like it. Like, I think Wild Force gets too much hate. It has a lot of redeeming qualities, and it's probably the best anniversary series so far. Ninja Steel tried, but it failed. Now we got the Triceratops and everything. You take out the tail right here. The head was bent up a little bit in the packaging, but that's fine because it's meant to be just folded down anyways. You can rotate these. These are nice and loose. I remember MMPR Toys having a bit of a, like, they were a bit stiff in regards to when he did it. So, yeah. But I think this is actually pretty good. In regards to overall detail accuracy and everything. They just added a bit more onto it for style's sake, you know. Again, not really much to say in regards to that. I don't have any problems with the stylistic changes, honestly. It's like it's a version of it, and then on top of that, there are so many other versions you can buy out there, like the Bandai Legacy version, and then any of the Japanese versions, and then the Shokugan versions, and then model kit versions. You can buy a lot of different versions of this Megazord out there because of how many times they've put it back out. You can buy the original from 1993. You can buy the reversion from 2009, I believe, from when Disney did the reversion of Mighty Morphin Season 1. And Bandai put out new toys for that shit and everything. You just buy a lot of different versions of this Megazord from the last almost 30 years now. This is just the newest incarnation of it. So we got the saber-toothed tiger, which the legs are bent up in the packaging, which makes sense. But yeah. Oh, and those are one piece on the budget version. They're one at a time, although it looks like you can't. No, you can't move them individually. On the budget version, you can for the tusks. So, yeah. So this actually looks pretty nice. Pretty nice. So, yeah. A bit bigger than I would have expected, but, you know, justify the price. As much as you can, I guess. So then we got the bag of accessories. So yeah. So we got the two hands. People who got these like earlier than I did had like different hands. It's similar to the Bandai Japan Memorial Mobirettes, where people who got them early got like defects on the keys or weird things in regards to the slight defects when it came to the Mobirettes itself. Those are just like early packaging things, and I guess they like worked those kinks out and everything as they went mass producing this shit. So yeah. So we got the hands. They are the correct hands, left and right, which is good. We got the two cannons, which trying to remember if they. I don't think they go on to the mammoth at all. But yeah, I don't know why they're just gonna call it a mammoth. That's what they call it in Zyuranger, and they're using the English word for it. I don't know, they just decided to use Mastodon. So I need to I'm pretty sure these are all the same ones in regards to the little figures. Yep. Red is the right one. I don't really think I have to worry at all. Pink is the right one. I could tell just by the poses that they were pretty much correct before checking the back, because I didn't look at the back before doing this video, so... yep. Black is good. Take that out of context. Blue is good. And yellow looks good. Yeah, yellow is good. And they even gave yellow, like, sort of a female body mold, a little one. So yeah. So those are the main accessories. Not to forget the sword again, like I showed a little bit ago. So yeah, and you can just check on the back with what it is. And if you get, like, bad parts, I'm sure you can contact Hasbro customer support. But yeah, possibly. Because I wouldn't think it would be that hard to, like, mass produce the little figures and just give them away to people that need corrected versions. And the hands, too. I can't imagine that those would be that costly to produce, honestly. It's just like the helmets on the Lightning Collection action figures for the Rangers. No. I don't know. But, yeah. So we got all the Zords out there. Let's transform them into... It shows them going from the... Going into the thing. Oh, okay, so it is... Okay, so I guess we will do tank mode. Let's just do that. So... Sorry, I barely have any lights right in front of me here for these. trying to follow the diagram. All right, and those are good. Come on. I didn't like how that sounded. Right, these back things come off when you're transforming it. Rotate these up. Rotate them out. Oh. And then bring the feet, I guess, up. Rotate them out. Rotate these down. Okay. It's not hard, it's just time consuming, especially when you're trying to follow the diagram if you don't know how to transform this thing in the first place. Alright, so got that. And this. Okay. I don't like how the last bit of the tail doesn't click in to any extent, but whatever. Ooh. I forgot to show off the little figures inside of these. Let me just do that real quick. So inside the T-Rex's snout, you got the Red Ranger sitting in the cockpit, I guess, or what is supposed to be a cockpit. I don't necessarily know if that's where the cockpit is in regards to the show. The Mastodon has the same thing in its head. The Pterodactyl, I don't think it has one. Yeah, I don't think it has one because, where the hell would they put it? Unless if I missed it. Oh, it's in the head. Clever girl. So there we go. And then the Triceratops. It's in the horn, which is nice. And then saber-toothed tiger. That's nice. It's actually nice. I like that bit of detail. Back to transforming. So I'm gonna put these down. Bring out the. I think these are connectors. Oh my god. This doesn't want to come out. You know what? I'm going to pause this until I can get this transformed. Or get the T-Rex transformed. Alright, so I think I got this all done. Okay. One thing about this in regards to the instructions here, where it shows the knees on the instructions for no reason whatsoever, it doesn't show these. These slide up and down, not that easily, but they slide up and down on the knees so that you can take out the connectors for the fucking feet. And because stiff, there we go. Doesn't want to move entirely. Okay. So then, connect the tiger to that. Connect the Triceratops to this leg. Doesn't say to bend the fucking tail up yet. Not that, but this. Okay. Are you kidding me? This is not. Why? Why is this shit so fucking stupid? I'm pretty sure on like budget version, probably Bandai versions, this just clips in to the chest here with like connectors like this. I don't know why you'd want to screw that up, Hasbro. I mean, right here it says, yeah, use that connector to put it right in that fucking hole right there. I don't know. Yeah. It's like perfect design, you know? You put a fucking thing that... Oh, okay, it does clip in. That's stupid. You do have to apply a little bit of force, but it's just like... Come on. So then take the pterodactyl... And... Oh. So connect this thing... onto this, and the pterodactyl to the clips in the feet. Come on. Oh my god. I assume this is what the fuck it says to do. Okay, now it's clipped in, I guess. Okay. So then you put these cannons right on the front, I think here. This way. There we go. Yeah. So, that's this in the tank mode. I don't know why I guess this thing does not want to stay clipped into the fucking feet. It really doesn't. Brilliant design, Hasbro. Did you QC this before you fucking use this mold to send this shit out with? To mass produce these things? Like, genuinely? Because, like, these things should be fucking these kinks should be worked out before you finish designing the fucking molds. Like, that's why you build fucking prototypes after you design the blueprints. Anyways, yeah, so that's tank mode. The pterodactyl doesn't want to stay on, which is fine because I'm gonna transform it into the fucking Megazord mode. Because why not? And that needs to come off anyways. And then, so do these cannons. These get put on the back of the feet. Right here. Square pegs and round holes, I swear to God. Holy fuck. So, flip these fuckers out. Whichever way they're fucking supposed to flip out. These hands are designed to come out anyways. Ah. That's kind of dumb, but whatever. Alright. Sweating, goddamn. Yeah. Take this off. Put the I know the tail's supposed to, or part of the tail is supposed to clip off. You put it up here on this peg. Not peg, but you guys know what I mean. Like, why is this shit this difficult to do? Like, why would you design this shit to be this hard to do? It's like comparing it to other premium products I have from like Bandai or mainly Bandai. Bandai's are more simplistic and easy to do. Like, you buy, granted, they haven't done Bandai premium versions of old mechs from Sentai, but still. Okay. So then okay. Oh my fucking god. This one... This cannon just keeps wanting to come the fuck off, and I don't know why. Alright, so you take these things and put them on the back of the shit. I think. You're supposed to. I'm gonna pause this until I can actually get this fucking fully transformed. So once again, my propensity to be an idiot in regards to how this shit goes together. These go like this, and not the other way around, because I had them 180 degrees fucking turned around. And... don't really like how that snapping sounds, and this is fucking dislodged for no fucking reason. I don't like how that plastic is. Like, that plastic doesn't look sturdy at all. That leg is fine. Alright, so... the fuck? Alright. And then... yeah, just with the pterodactyl, put its head down there. Last steps are not they're not that hard to do, to be completely honest. So yeah. Shield, the mastodon's head as the shield goes in this hand, and the sword goes in this one. Okay. So here we go with the ZAP Megazord in Megazord mode. Gotta love how all those pop out. I didn't even know those popped out. Nice printing those on the back, Hasbro. Nice. But yeah. ZAP Megazord in Megazord mode. It's actually really fucking tall. It's probably like a foot tall or something like that. But it honestly looks really cool with all the details and everything they put in. And everything. And again, I know people won't like the net mesh they gave the chest right there. I don't mind it. It's just a stylistic choice, like I said, for this specific toy. And at the very least, I got the zigzag pattern down. And then this like see-through plastic that they give this right here for the overall presentation. Don't know why not this side, or not this right there, but as it's a little inconsistent, but whatever. So yeah, and so you can basically do a lot of dynamic posing with this thing as it's meant for like older fans and everything. It was made with like a lot of care, so it's not really meant to be played as a toy. But it does have a lot of dynamic posability potential that you could give it. And then these alternate hands can go in or on the pegs that hold the other hands in. And having those is actually nice. But yeah. So then, lay this down here. Lay this down here. Bring in the, I guess, quote-unquote budget version, even though it costs $50. Smaller one that Hasbro released like a year or two ago. Maybe a little bit more, that I got in a 5-pack on Amazon. Yeah, there's a lot of detail missing, though, in regards to the paint apps, and this cost $50. A lot of similar detailing, though, if you look at it, but not nearly as much detailing. On top of that, this is actual paint, I believe, and there's stickers on the side here, because Hasbro was trying to save money in regards to production costs. And this looks more like something that would come out in the 90s and everything. So, yeah. Shouldn't cost $50, but, you know, yeah. Sword's obviously the biggest thing, I think, in regards to difference. Like, obviously, because you're looking at a gray plastic, sword versus a nice, like, gold and silver chrome sword, which I like that chrome. I really do. It's really, really nice. But yeah. And, yeah, so overall, how do I feel about it? I think that the detail is nice. I think that the scale is actually pretty decent. And I think that, it is good for what it is. And, if you guys want to get it, I recommend doing it now while it's on sale, before it inevitably goes out of print, and thus it won't be available to get from anyone other than secondhand retailers, or like eBay, or whatever. So, yeah, and I do think this is more worth the money if you can get it on sale like I did, versus this, unless you can get this on sale, which that's also okay to do. But yeah, there's a lot of good detail in there. I do like most of the stylistic choices for the most part. I just wish some things were easier to do, or the instructions were a little bit more clear on some things. Like maybe there was like a little blurb on certain things, as it was going. But yeah, I do wish this was properly, or more properly, QC'd in regards to the molds before it went out, as opposed to people having to deal with it. I do like that it comes with these little Ranger figures. As soon as I move into my new place, I'm gonna put this somewhere, probably on a shelf, with those little statuettes, or just mini statues of the Rangers in their colors and everything. So, yeah, and especially comparing it to the I guess budget one, as I'll call it, it's certainly, in my opinion, good for what it is and everything. And if you are a collector, you probably already have it. If you're a fan of Mighty Morphin Season 1, I would recommend it, but again, on a sale. Do not pay $165 for this. But yeah, like I got it for $125 on eBay, thanks to the sale Hasbro's doing when I'm filming this. And then the tax added $10. So $135. It's up to you. So yeah, again, don't pay $165, which after tax will probably be like $178 or something like that. So yeah, so it's up to you guys on what you choose to do with your own money, if you want to get this or not. I mainly got this because I want to start collecting new Megazords as they come out, and I don't feel like getting older ones that cost like hundreds of dollars. So yeah, I kind of do hope that they start doing like Wild Force stuff at some point soon, because they're jumping to In Space after doing the Mighty Morphin Season 1 Megazords. I wonder when they'll do Titanus. That's going to be like $200-something, I can tell, because it usually is, I think. But that's the only like Season 1 Zord that they haven't done yet. but they jumped straight to In Space 5 seasons later. So it's like, yeah, and considering how they do the Lightning Collection, where they jump around to the different eras and seasons and everything, to do a lot of different, Ranger costumes and everything and turning them into figures. It wouldn't surprise me if they jump from like In Space to another beloved season, like let's say Dino Thunder, or or maybe SPD, or hell, maybe even Super Megaforce to recreate the Gokaiger mechs. I would legit buy Hasbro Lightning Collections or Ascension Project versions of the Super Megaforce toy line. I don't know necessarily if they'd include the Bandai only stuff like the Zord that we got, and have the mold for the Ninja Zord for Ninja Storm representation fit the In Space / Mega Ranger stuff like Bandai did, but it'd be interesting if they did. Or if maybe they'd produce their own versions of toys. I don't know. Maybe they just stick to what was actually in the show versus what was in the Bandai toy line. Yeah, because Japan didn't even do those. Otherwise, they would have shown up in the show to advertise them and show the Rangers actually using them and seeing what their powers are and everything. I won't lose sleep if we don't get like the Zord that we got. So back in 2014, I didn't even buy it when it came to that. I don't even have the Ninja Zord. I bought like most of those, and I do have videos on them from back in 2014 if you guys want to watch those. But yeah, because I do like Gokaiger's aesthetic. I like the Gokaiger suits. I hope they do Lightning Collection Super Megaforce suits at some point, and even just regular Megaforce would be fine. Because I have the Gokaiger SH Figure Arts. I'd like to see Lightning Collection versions of those made into figures at some point. Because again, I like Gokaiger. I don't like Super Megaforce whatsoever. Sorry, got interrupted there. But yeah, I would buy like other Megazords, depending on what they are. Maybe just for completion's sake, and after they're on sale, and depending on what they are and how much they are at launch, I wouldn't mind buying more of these kinds of things. Especially since we have Mighty Morphin Season 1 through 3 is usually what gets the most, like, redos of Megazords here in the West, mainly because of Bandai, but I hope Hasbro, since they weren't the originators of Power Rangers, and they've, like, moved past Mighty Morphin for some things, mainly in regards to the Lightning Collection line for the most part, though they do reprints or new things of things. Yeah, just I wonder what season they jump to next after In Space. But yeah, and the only like legacy Megazord I got from Bandai was the Ninja Megazord from season 3 of MMPR. So / Kaku Ranger. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do next. But yeah, so really not much else to say. Overall, it's good, and I would recommend it if you are looking to get it. Get it on sale though. Unless you don't mind paying the actual base price, get it on sale. So yeah, so really not much else to say. So link description on my shit, subscribe if you want, and I'll see you guys in the next one.